calling all green-fingered gurus and plant killers alike. We got you covered every month with gardening inspiration, hands-on practical advice and fun projects to do. From the latest in plant fashion, growing your own, whether to prune or not to prune, from cover to cover, The Gardener and Detainee magazines have got your back. Get your copy now or subscribe online at thegardener.co.za.
Gardening with Tanya is proudly brought to you by Gardena. Realize your gardening dreams. Mayford. Grow your own fresh herbs. And TanyaVisser.com for all your gardening goodies and supplies.
Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, 11 o'clock, and where has the time gone? 8 o'clock this morning, I was kind of just sitting around. I'm like, okay, we got this. But here we are. It's 11 o'clock, guys. I got goosies, and we're talking lemons and all things citrus, and we are good to go. The bee is around. There have been several this morning, and if you watched last time, I was telling you that a bee visits me every morning. Sometime in my morning, if I'm out in the garden or if I'm having my cup of coffee or if we're setting up for the live like today, the bee comes along and says, hello, good morning. And that's my mom. So morning, mom. Good morning. Guys, it's been an action-packed week. I personally, I don't know why we're still standing because it's been crazy. But crazy good. My cup is full. It's overflowing. It's their fountains. There's fountains of love, of gratitude, of absolute humility, of thankfulness, of all those things. For all of you who visited Isolde and mine open gardens this last weekend, folks, we were raising money for the Kloof Conservancy. They raised more money than they thought that they would, and that is a bonus. That's fantastic. We had the open garden on Saturday and Sunday, and my lawn can tell you, and you know I'm a bit anal about my lawn. Yeah, I know I do take medication for the twitches, but I do have a problem with my lawn. It's this problem. But my lawn can tell you that 1,477 people walked over it. True story. Guys, it was fantastic. I loved the fact that everybody was so chilled. And Wormy actually fell asleep on our lawn with his beanie on his eyes. It was awesome. We found an abandoned pram. No child in it. Hallelujah. But it was on the slope. So I said to Isolde, should we let the brake loose and see what happens? But it was great, guys. Everybody was walking around. They were chilled. They were taking pictures. They were WhatsApping their friends. If you weren't here visiting and you were following us on our social media pages, on Instagram and on Facebook, I'm sure that we spammed you good and proper with all the images of the people, of the wors rolls, of the vet cook, of the yummy cupcakes, and of course of the garden. Now you do know that 3.5 weeks ago, from before Saturday, that we were hit with a hailstorm. And guys, I came to you live that following week and I was a bit broken, and so was the garden. And the miracle of nature. It's some people walked around this garden and said, well, where's the hail damage? I'm like, open your eyes. Can you not see it? Because old ADHDEF, like anal here, sees it all. But I guess you didn't. And I suppose that's what love and life is like. We all see it through different eyes. But the garden performed. Man, she performed. And I was so incredibly proud of her. The grasses stood up in time. Their plumes stood up. The aloes were just starting to push. the violas, the pansies were just showing all their little faces. It was happy. It truly was happy. So my grateful thanks to all of you who visited, and keep your eye on the space, because there's probably another one happening maybe in the month of September, I think. Yeah, possibly. Yes. Plus. We also have another announcement to make, and I said there was something special up my sleeve, and that is we are launching a garden carnival. What is a carnival? It's a carnival, guys. It's lots of kids. It's lots of fun things to do, loads to eat, and of course, amazing plants. We're having a garden carnival here in KwaZulu-Natal at the Shongweni Polo Fields. It's an outdoor venue, grass underfoot. It's going to be fantastic. So keep Heritage Weekend open. That's Friday's the public holiday. Yes, no excuses. Friday is the public holiday, and the Saturday, the Sunday, that is the last weekend of September, and we can't wait. It's been 2 years since we were able to host a garden show. All COVID protocols will be in place, spacing, distancing, sanitizing, all of the above will be in place, and we look forward to to receiving you as our visitors. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Right, let's see who's here this morning and saying hello. Anel, good morning from a sunny Pietermaritzburg. It's been a bit chilly, hasn't it? Little bit chilly. Sybil from Durbanville. Carol from PNB. Fee, good morning from Cape Town. Jill, good morning. Sibasisu Linda, good morning from the Kingdom of Eswatini. Good morning. Felicity from Ganubi. Thea from Glen Vista in Joburg South. Viz Governor, good morning. Jackie, good morning. Gail's from Pennington. Good morning, Gail. Good morning. I was just down your neck of the woods. Was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday. I was in Widdenham. We did a talk in Widdenham. My first talk like to people, real people. I was going to say that sounds very silly. But my first talk to a live audience, it was fantastic. We were at Hibiscus Village. It was fabulous. Everybody was incredibly well behaved. Good protocol, and we spoke all things hanging baskets. I had a really good time. Marge, good morning. And I saw there was somebody here. Jenny, good morning. Jenny McNabb Thomas. Hello, time for my Tanya shot. Hi, Bowena. Renu is from Melbourne. Good morning. Eugene, good morning. Joe from Messina. Tamara from a chilly Joburg. And Cape Town's been a bit cool. It was very warm last week, guys, but now the cool is coming. But anyway, and it's been chilly here, chilly in KZN, but beautiful days, beautiful days. Right, folks, we're going to get into this, but before we start talking all things beautiful and lemon, let's talk about the Dirty Spade, and let's see who came in last week. So remember 2 weeks ago we spoke about ferns, beautiful ferns, some with terrible names like Phlebodium. I mean, what is that? But folks, you inundated us with your amazing videos showing us your beautiful ferns, and let's have a look. It's time for the Dirty Spade. Alrighty, guys, the Dirty Spade. I see Julia Bradford has just come online. Good morning, Julia, and thank you for my avocado pears. They've been wrapped and they are waiting to get ripe. I can't wait, but I had to do like only 4 at a time, because if I put them all in and they all get ripe, well then you know you got a problem, but then you just make guacamole. But anyway, Jennifer's also here from Belito, and Ida is here from Namibia. Well done, guys. Gee whiskers, we're going all over. Right. Dirty Spade runner-up this week, folks. Drum roll. This week's runner-up, guys, goes to Victoria Rodenacre. Very, very well done. Let's take a look at the video that she sent in. Gave me goosies.
Hello, Tanya and team. I've been a big fan of yours for many years now. I moved to Germany about a year and a half ago, and I still follow your lives. I wanted to show you my ferns that I have. So I have this one in a terrarium, which I only water every few months, but it's doing very well in there. And then I have two in the bathroom that were quite underwatered, but since a week ago I've been giving them a bath shower and they're looking a lot better already. I also have two outdoor ferns that are growing in my fairy garden.
Well done, Victoria, and that's all the way from Germany. I love it, and the fact that your ferns are loving their shower. Yeah, take them in. You know, you don't have to shower alone. Where's this going? Okay, you don't have to shower alone, but you can take your ferns to the shower. You know what I mean? Okay, guys, that's a really, really good, very, very well done, and thank you, Victoria, for sending in your video. Our winner, and listen, there is something on there. In fact, there are two plants in this video that I really, really want. Guys, here is our winner this week of a 650 Rand a gift voucher for our online store, tanyavisser.com. Well done to Samantha Little. I love this. Oh, I did the... I was speaking before the drum roll. Okay, this is live TV. This is how it goes. Anyway, can we have the drum roll again, Warwick? This week goes to Samantha Little. Take a look and enjoy, guys.
Hi Tanya, I just wanted to show you this beautiful Boston fern I found at Lifestyle. I was so excited. She's actually variegated. It almost doesn't look real, but it definitely is. I'm not sure if you can see in there. And then I also have this guy over here who is definitely in need of a bigger pot quite soon. And lastly, I have this one. I'm not sure what this is called, but I love it. It reminds me of octopus tentacles. Okay, bye.
Samantha, excellent job, excellent job. And you've recognized what your plants need. That second one that you showed us was the phlebodium, that one with the grayish leaves. And yes, it is quite an excitable fern, grows quite quickly, so it does need to get into another pot. But your variegated fern, yes, I think I need a piece of that. Okay, just a little piece of that. If you can just like send that down to KZN. And that the third fern of yours, I actually don't know what it is. So we've taken a picture and we've sent it off to our other gurus, and we hope that they give us some feedback, but I really like it. I love the tight curl in it, and they all look so happy. So well done to you. Hugely deserved 650 Rand gift voucher to you, and keep up the good gardening. Right, guys, today we're talking citrus, and more than anything, we're going to be focusing on lemons, because everybody should have a lemon tree. In fact, you shouldn't even have one, you should have two. It's like it's a set thing. And if you've got a small garden and you don't have space for trees, and you're wondering what tree to put in, well, then it should be a lemon tree. And I'm not allowed to play the song because apparently our YouTube stream will get blocked and will get shut down because of some rights or whatever it's called, royalties or whatever. But we all know the song. It's just another lemon tree, do, 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 turning around, up and down. Yeah, you all know the song. Come on, you've all been humming with me. Yeah, I'm the only one that's capable of making a complete fool of themselves on live TV. But anyway, never mind. Guys, so we've all got the lemon tree. Many of us also have dramas. Why, when, what's the ho-ho, what's going on. But we're going to give you a breakdown today. We're going to go through it very, very simply. And plus, we're going to show you an amazing recipe, which we are going to do right here for you today. And it's going to be yummy. I can already feel my taste buds going a bit wild. Okay, guys, so let's talk about the lemon tree. There are two main lemon trees. Two main lemon trees when you go to your local garden center of what you can choose from. So there's a Maya lemon, and there's a Eureka. Okay, two different types of lemons. Most times, the lemons that you buy in the shops, and we got some huge ones yesterday, and we got them from the shop to show you. This is a Eureka lemon. Okay, This is a Eureka. Eureka is generally oval with one pointed little side. Please pass me a knife. I should have put a knife here, but this is the Eureka. Thank you very much. Eureka doesn't have a very thick pith. You can see it here. Oh, the smell. As a kid, we used to love picking the rough skin lemon. Come on, who grew up with the rough skin lemon tree? The most amazing, oh man, this is so, there's nothing quite as this beautiful acidity, the freshness. I know that I've just been pumped full of vitamin C because that's what lemons have in them. So let's talk a bit about Eureka. So the Eureka lemon tree was discovered way back in 1877 by a guy named Thomas Gary. Okay, Thomas Gary, he found the Eureka lemon. And he actually found it as a seedling. There were seedlings, a whole lot of seedlings of the rough skin lemon. And it was this one lemon that looked different, had slightly different leaf, larger leaf. And that was back in 1877, just the other day. Anyway, he took the budwood, and we'll explain to you what budwood is in a minute. And he selected that, and out of that came the Eureka lemon. But it was actually, in the old days, we used to know it as the Gary Eureka. And now Gary part's just flown away, and it's known as the Eureka lemon. It as a garden plant, so in the middle of your flower beds, especially if you stuck for space, works incredibly well. A mature lemon tree, if left without any pruning, will get 3 to 4 meters in height easily. But remember, you can control the height, because you don't want to have to be standing on a step ladder trying to get to the lemon trees. Worst of all, you don't want the lemon tree to grow over into the neighbor's garden so they get all the lemons. Well, I suppose it's not such a bad thing. But anyway, you get the idea. So lemon trees can get really tall. The thing with a Eureka lemon is it has very few thorns. Very, very few thorns. However, guys, if you're in a frost zone, okay, if you get frost, these guys are susceptible. This is a Eureka lemon here. Let's take a look. This is a Eureka lemon, and in its early days, its first few years, it is susceptible to frost. So, a couple of ways we can get around that is plant it near a north-facing or west-facing wall, okay? Because the wall, if I'm the wall, during the winter period, as the sun is shining on it, warms up, and when the temperatures drop, it will still then push out some warmth and stop the frost. Okay, which really does help. The other thing is you can grow them in pots, and we're going to talk generally on growing lemons in pots soon. But let's finish on the Eureka. So you can see this, very few thorns. I mean, one there, not much at all. Okay, larger leaf, healthy leaf. Eureka is quite acidic as a lemon, very, very acidic in fact. Eurekas generally are at their best during spring and summer. That's when they're going to give you the most lemons. Okay, now remember this, the spring and the summer. Let's go to the Meyer lemon. Okay, the Meyer lemon is actually not a true lemon. A Eureka lemon is a true lemon. A Meyer lemon was created when they crossed what they seemed to think was either an orange or a tangerine with a lemon. And they got a Meyer lemon. They created something new. So think about an orange. Yeah, it's round. Therefore, the Meyer lemon is a rounder fruit. A rounder and a bit more orangey. It's got a tinge. It's got that tinge. And because it's crossed with an orange or a tangerine, it also is slightly more fruity and sweeter rather than that. So there it is. The Meyer lemon will fruit autumn and winter. Okay? All right. So what is this telling? We've got autumn, winter with the Meyer. We've got spring, summer with the Eureka. No wonder why you got to have 2 lemon trees. Because if you have 2, okay, if we have 2, we know that throughout the year we're going to be able to get beautiful lemons. The Meyer lemon actually originates from China. Okay, let's think about China. Lots of snow. Okay, what is this telling you now? That the Meyer lemon can cope better with frost. Okay, right. So if you're more in a frost-prone area, Maya lemon is definitely the way to go, but also as a young plant before it's grown nice and tall. Remember, you can have either Eureka or Maya, and you can simply protect them with frost cover, or like I said, have them on a west-facing wall or a north-facing wall, or if they are in pots, and when you do have them in pots, we're going to get onto this right now. I want you to raise them off the ground. Okay, so there you have it. Right. So let's get back to here. So those are the two different types, which most of us know. Of course, there's the third one, the one that most of us grew up with, and that's the rough skin lemon. And running around the garden, and ma, did that lemon tree have thorns? Yowza! When you tried to pick a rough skin lemon and you got poked by one of those long how's your father's, you knew that you had been poked by something. The rough skin lemon, I really loved it because you could pull away the pith so easily. And as kids, we would have them in our pockets, we would pull them out, peel them, run into the kitchen, and we'd add a little bit of salt. It was delicious. A little bit of salt, and we'd eat them like oranges and probably like nachos. And I'm sure many of you have fond memories of the rough skin lemon. And if you can get a rough skin lemon, if you do find one, and you can always just grow it from a pip, remember, because it's not grafted. Okay, and we're going to talk about that as well. So the rough skin lemon was introduced probably in about the 17th century. It came from the islands of St. Helena. It was brought to the gardens of Jan van Riebeck in the Fair Cape, and that's where the rough skin lemon was then multiplied and lots were made. Because of course when the sailors came round on their big journeys to go and discover new worlds, they didn't get fresh fruit and veg like we can get. You know, they didn't have a shop with a W around the corner or even a vegetable garden on the top of the ship. And they succumbed to low levels of vitamin C, which obviously meant that they got scurvy. So the lemons, because they lasted long on the ship, were picked, harvested, and taken along with them. The interesting thing about a lemon, if you pick it green, it will never turn yellow. No, it won't. It won't. A lemon, if you pick it green, it won't go yellow. So when do you pick a lemon? You pick a lemon as soon as it starts turning. Okay, obviously if you're wanting to make a curry and you're wanting that acidity, or if you're wanting an awesome salad dressing, then you pick it green. But of course, remember, you got to do a bit of roly-poly along it to release those juices. The longer you store it, of course, the more it dehydrates. And then out of those beautiful little cells, which are these here, out of these thick, yummy cells, which all the juices sit in, you see these guys here, they then start losing the moisture. So it's important that you pick and you use. All right, pick and use. Okay. So I often get asked, Tanya, can I grow a lemon from a pip? Well, if you can find a pip in one of these modern lemons, then go for it. You can. However, here's the thing. Most of the lemon trees, in fact, all the lemon trees that you are going to purchase from your local garden center are what we call grafted. Okay, they are grafted trees. So, Mace, I'm going to need you to come down here so I can show you what a graft is. So, now, sometimes you'll see your lemon tree, and this is it over. Okay, so here's its stem. This part of the tree, okay, this part here, down here, this is actually from a rough skin lemon. Why is that? Well, it's from a rough skin lemon because its root system is robust and it is very, very tough and it doesn't get any root diseases. Whereas some of the other citrus really do succumb to Pythium phytophthora, which are basically root diseases. So, but let's not worry about that. That's why the clever people in the gardening world now graft them. What does grafting mean? Grafting means when we take a bud or a node. So this is how it would work. I'm going to look for one over here. So here's a bud. Oh, can you come in here, Mace, and get a real close look at this here? There is a little node. Okay, so what they would do is they would literally take that off, okay, with a bit of take that off there, okay, and that there, you see that little thing there, that little bud has the genetic material of a smooth-skinned Eureka lemon. And what they would do is they would take this little piece and they would cut the rough skin lemon, cut it off, throw that top part away, and in here they would place that little bud. There it is. They would place it like that. Okay. And this is what we call in the gardening world budding and grafting. They would then tape it onto here, all right, with some special tape, and they would then leave this, and this will start shooting. Okay, that will start shooting. They obviously leave some of the foliage here so it can still photosynthesize, and eventually they would remove all this lower foliage, and this, which is the Eureka, would be the predominant plant and the dominant plant. So why am I telling you this long story? Because of the following. Because, folks, if you let any foliage at the bottom grow out, okay, if you let it grow out, much like, let's have a look here, perfect example, okay, look at this. Do you see this foliage? Completely different. And this is from citrus trifoliate. Trifoliate, 3 leaves, very often used as a rooting, okay, so what we call the scion, okay. So if you see that, let's look, where's the graft? There's the graft. You can actually see there the graft union is, where it's joined, okay, there, it's like a scar, which means that all of this needs to be removed. So stay there, Mason, I'm getting my secateur, and I want to show you what happens. If I can find my secateur, oh, here it is. I can show you what happens. This is the trifoliate. So what we need to do is we need to remove those leaves as close to the stem as possible. If you do not do that, I mean, and look at the difference, guys. Okay, this has been painted over here. Why has it been painted? Because when they are, they normally just use a PVA, because when you get lots and lots of fruit trees delivered to you, you can get them mixed up very easily. So the pink ones will be one variety. Don't worry about it. It's not a drama. But look at the difference in the leaves. Trifoliate there, normal leaf. Okay, so that tells you this is foreign. Okay, this is from the rough skin lemon, the trifoliate. Above is the lemon that you want. So if you get a big branch coming off here, you've got to cut it off. Or else, in a couple of years' time, you are only going to have a rough skin lemon and no longer a smooth skinned lemon. Even worse, you could have planted an orange tree, and then one day you're going to only find lemons, and you're going to run into your local garden and centre and say, there's a miracle. It's a miracle. I planted an orange tree and now I've got lemons. Okay, and that's just because the bottom part, which is where the root stock is, has overgrown because it's a stronger root. Okay, and that's really important. So please, guys, look out for it. Here's another example. Let's take a look here. There, you can see the graft union. You can even see the stem is different. That much, much rougher down here, smoother, different color, and there's the scar. There is the union, the bud union. Okay, so very, very important that we understand that. Okay, guys, so that is about the budding and grafting, and I hope that makes sense to you. If anything is not clear, remember, drop us a message and we will be able to answer it. So let's talk about pots now. Where can we grow our lemon tree? Lemon trees need at least 5-6 hours sunlight a day. Lots of sun, guys, lots and lots of sun, please. Very, very important. When you are digging the hole, big hole, and the biggest thing with lemons is that they need good drainage. That is so important because remember I spoke about the roots and I said that they can get root diseases. Waterlogged soil, think about it. If I had to make you stand in a bucket of water, okay, with your feet in it for at least 4 hours a day, something's going to go myth. Oh yeah, something's not going to be so lacquer. So it's important that it's got well drained. So when you dig your soil, if you find any heavy clay, what I want you to do at the bottom of the hole, I want you to put some coarse river sand, even mix the coarse river sand with some pebbles, some gravel. Put that at the bottom layer so you know you've got good drainage. Good compost. Please add in good few handfuls of bone meal, and also add in some Atlantic Bio-Ocean. Guys, remember that is chicken litter mixed with a seaweed. Add that into the bottom of the hole and you're good to go. Watering. If you've got a lemon tree in a pot, you're going to need to water it more often than one in the ground. Okay. With an established tree in the ground, you probably only need to start watering during your early winter months, depending on your rainfall. If you're in the Western Cape, obviously you don't need to water because it's raining. But then you want to water once every second week, maximum, if it's in the ground. And a good deep watering. Good deep watering is better than little bits of little infrequent watering. In pots, you have to water more, and that will probably be at least twice a week, a very good watering. And food, food, food. Okay, what can go wrong? Ha ha! What can go wrong? I have Exhibit A, which I'm going to move away from my beautiful lemons. I have, Exhibit A. Now, guys, let me tell you, things can go wrong, like with anything. And if there isn't a lot of air movement, which is why we also do prune, and I'm going to talk about pruning now, because ideally, so let's pretend that this was like that, okay? That was the lemon tree. Ideally, what we want is a more vase shape. Okay, do you see that stem there and that stem there? So ideally, we should have removed this, okay, to open it up, because if there's more air movement and more of a vase shape, you get better fruit because there's more light coming in, more light. When should you prune? Certainly early in spring is one of the best times to prune, because then the plant has the best chance of recovery. Okay, that is pruning. When you're going to prune down either to where it joins the stem or to a node. We know what a node is. That's where a leaf is going to emerge, or there's a little bump. Okay, next up, let's see what's gone wrong here. Lots of creepy crawlies. Guys, this is it. Come in, your mace. Ooh, 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 what is this? Oh, ha, 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 ha. Okay, this is mealybug. How do we know it's mealybug? Because it's got this like cotton woolly look. Very, very common in lemon trees, guys, and that is because I might have stressed it out, I might not have watered it enough, it might not have got enough air movement. Okay, so mealybug is one. The other thing that can happen is you can get aphids. Now, generally when you get mealybugs, you're also going to get aphids, and you're going to get sooty mold. Sooty mold is the black stuff that you sometimes see. And you can see here's the start of it. Here's the start of it. You end up, because the ants come along, and they also form part of this whole little circus thing that's going on here. And they will also then make this black soot. Sometimes I've seen lemon trees where the entire leaf is full of this black mold, which you can basically peel off. Now, you can get rid of that. But the most important thing is actually to get rid of the mealybug and the ants. Because if you get rid of that, the sooty mold will eventually just fall off. Okay, does that make sense? Right. The most common problem. Oh, here it is. Oh, shame. Okay. The most common problem with lemons is this. So, look here. See these little bumps? See these bumps? This is called citrusilla, guys. And it's a little winged insect that comes along. It embeds itself on the underside of the leaf, sucks all the juice out, reproduces, has its little party on the back of the leaf, and then flies away to the next poor gentleman, poor tree that's waiting to be attacked. When it's finished its life cycle and it leaves, unfortunately, these bumps will always remain. Okay, and citrusilla loves attacking new foliage. And we kind of only notice it once we see these bumps. And if you turn the leaf upside down, you can remove them. You can remove the leaves. But guys, it's better to leave these leaves on, even although they are damaged. But you've got to get rid of the citrusilla. So how do you do that? Well, a couple of things you're going to need, guys. You're going to need a few things. Number one, and I took delivery of this beast last week. And let me tell you, I've been test driving her, and she is fabulous. So you're going to need a good pressure sprayer. Now, don't tell me you don't need one. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that nonsense. You all need to invest in a good pressure sprayer, because so many of you have tried to use the little window lean bottle. you know, and let's pretend that this is the window lean bottle, and you, and then because the window lean bottle, much like this one, doesn't say how many milliliters are in it, well, you're like, oh, I wonder how many milliliters go into here, because then you've got your muti, okay? Then you've got your muti that you're going to be spraying on. So no matter what your muti is, you are going to have it, and we're going to talk about what the remedies are. But if you've got cypermethrin by Combat, which is really, really good for your citrusilla, okay, you can use this. Remember, there is a holding period, there is a waiting period. Follow the instructions of the leaflet. Remember, it's not the chemical that's bad, it's when the users don't know how to dilute it into 750 milliliters, and they just decide a capful will do. No, there are instructions. So get yourself one of these slick and sexy pressure sprayers, because listen, it's gone through a whole lot of changes, but most importantly, what I want to show you this. Mace, come and have a look. Now, the previous one was round at the bottom. So when you put it down and you wanted to do a bit of pumping, it didn't have these feet. So the part that I love about it, there I can put my foot on it, and when I need to pump it up, so I can. All right, but I want to show you this. So here's our handle. Let's take that off. Now, what they've done, which is very, very smart, is that they have added in this little guy here. See, it's opaque. So you actually know how much water is going in. So if you need 5 liters, 2 liters, 3 liters, can you actually see it going up? There we go. Whereas before you couldn't. You were like, oh, I wonder how many liters in here. Okay, so this makes life much, much easier. So you can see how many liters are in there. All you do is simply pop this guy back on, swirl it round. There we go. Okay, nice and easy. Okay, and then it unlocks here. There's your lock position for carrying. There's your unlock. And then we pump it up to get the pressure. Now, so you've mixed your muti in here. You've pumped it up. Okay, put it back into lock, because then you can carry it around. And what I love most about this is, Mace, you're going to step back a bit, because I'm going to show you how this baby works. So pop it onto your shoulder. And on the lance, it's got different settings. So there's your fine. You can also go into a nice strong jet, which is beautiful. This is like Lexus. I'll never get to drive one of those, but I get to drive a Gardena sprayer. You can also then click it off. You see on the handle here, there's a little click, so you don't have to permanently hold it down. Guys, it works. You know, invest in something that yes, it is going to cost you a bit, but you know, the fact is, when you've invested in it, you've got it. It's got guarantees with it. You can pop this guy back, nice and easy, and storage works. But most importantly, from a safety aspect, guys, when you are finished spraying, please, very important. Do you see this little button here? That button is not just to make it look pretty. When you have finished spraying, you do not just undo this here, especially if there's pressure built up in here. What you want to do is this. Listen up carefully. Okay. This, unlike when your car tire, when it happens to your car tire, this is a good sound. That because it's letting the pressure out now. Lift it up. You can see there's a bit more pressure, because now when you need to clean it and wash it out, very simply, did you see that? Not even a sound. Nice and safe. All the pressure is out of here, so you're not going to end up with anything spraying up into you. Couple of little safety features that we need to always think about. All right, so let's get back to it. Citrusilla, mealybug can all be treated with Combat cypermethrin. Guys, follow the instructions. Spray it early morning or late afternoon, not in the heat of the day. Remember to wear protective mask. And to wash your hands, and don't smoke, eat, or drink whilst you're busy spraying. I mean, it's simple stuff, guys. The other thing that we see a lot in citrus is this over here. Now, I know there's a leaf that had it on somewhere, and I've just got to find this leaf. Was it on this tree? You know, it's like I was like looking for a needle in a haystack this morning, looking for it, but I will find it. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Come, baby. Come to mommy. Come to mommy. No. 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 No, no, no. Oh, now when I'm looking for something, I can't find it. Okay, I'm going to ask one of you guys to come and look for this because I can't find it. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, Isolde, come and find it. I can't find it anywhere. Okay, it's called leaf miner. Where is it?
Right in front of you.
Right in front of me. Am I blind? Is it a snake? Where am I?
To the right a bit.
To the right. Next
right,
tree.
more
Right.
there.
Ah! Oh! Oh! Hallelujah, amen. Okay, come. Okay, right. Mace, come and have a look here. Look at this. What is that? What is that? That's like a worm. It is a worm. It's a little hoho. It's called leaf miner. And you see it's in the leaf here. And it's called a miner, as in a leaf miner, because they say it mines. And you can see it's gone in here. Look at it. You can actually see where it's traveled. Let me show you here. Look at that. You can see where it's traveled. And it travels in between the layers of the leaf, and it removes and it eats all the cells away from it. And it just keeps on going and keeps on going. Leaf miner, guys, can get dealt with by using a biological control, which is Lava Pro. Lava Pro will deal with any creepy crawly, so caterpillars. It'll also do leaf miner and all edibles. Remember, you can spray today and eat today. So this is fantastic for any veggies, whether you're growing cucumbers, whether you're growing broccoli, cabbages, where the hohos are coming along and the caterpillars, and they're going to eat them, and especially for leaf miner. The good news is, of course, that it's safe. If you get white fly, okay, or red spider mite, you can use Pest Pro. Also, it's 1 sachet into 5 liters of water. You can spray today, you can eat immediately, because these are all bioinsecticides. They are friendly, they are natural, okay? So they're not going to make you grow other ears and whatever. Guys, we've done a very, very quick run through on growing them, how to look after them. What I want you to do is we're going to do a quick recap now on what I've just gone through. This is a video that I want you to watch, guys, and it's going to give you just a quick précis, especially if you've just joined us. So sit back and enjoy. You can't have enough lemon trees in your garden, really. And you know, when people start a new garden, I find them coming to me and asking, what tree can I plant? Well, if you've got a small garden and you have only got space for 1 or 2 trees, you plant a lemon tree, because a lemon tree is a small garden tree. It just happens to bear lemons. So the fact that we might want to plant an exotic or an indigenous tree that's not fruit bearing just doesn't make sense if you're limited with space. So they love being in the full sun. Think about where they come from. They come from the Mediterranean, where it's hot, dry, poor soils. That's what they love. Most times, if your lemon tree is not bearing, it's simply for 2 reasons. Number 1, you're giving it too much water, which means you're just getting leaves and leaves and leaves. You got to stress these guys out a bit to know that they've got to flower and then produce your lemons. There are 2 distinct varieties of lemon trees. There's the Meyer lemon and the Eureka lemon. In my opinion, get hold of a Meyer lemon, because the Meyer lemon has the ability to produce fruit upon fruit. So it will not only have fruit 1 time of the year, it'll have flowers and then another fruit developing. As that fruit develops, so then the next set of buds will come through. So you're guaranteed to have lemons throughout the year, and that works for me. All the lemons that you're going to find today at your local garden centre are grafted, which means that within 18 to 24 months, you're going to be able to pick lemons directly off your lemon tree. And they're all the smooth skin lemon. And that works. They bear well, they fruit well, they're simple and easy to look after. All they need every 6 to 8 weeks is a handful of good organic fertilizer around the root zone and the drip zone. Now, what is that? Take a look here. Do you see this here? Where the leaves are, this is the outer leaf, and down there is the stem, right in there. So this over here is called the drip zone. This is where all the lemon tree's roots are. So that's where you've got to throw the fertilizer, not just around its stem, you know, because all its feeder roots are out there. So you feed it with an organic fertilizer there, give it a good deep watering, especially during the winter months. And that's it, guys. The rest is up to the tree, and it'll just do its thing. So a problem that often occurs on lemon trees, and I've asked this question over and over and over again, so listen up carefully. When you see these little bubbles, you see these little bubbles on the leaf here, and if you turn the leaf over and you don't see anything here, no little black guys like you're seeing on this leaf, that means your tree has been affected. The little hoho that has embedded itself on the back here has already gone and flown off to the next tree. It's looking for another host tree. This thing is called citrusilla. So it loves being on your citrus, and it sucks out all the nutrition, forms these knobbly leaves, which in turn as well then takes away all the nutrition from your lemon tree. You can see it here. This guy's not happy, all right? So how do you do it? Well, you need to use a general insecticide that is safe for edible crops. There are many on the market. Use something such as cypermethrin based. Big word, but just ask for it, and 1 or 2 sprays, and that will deal with it. If you leave the psylla on your lemon tree, you're going to find a whole host of other problems, because the psylla that's on the back here eventually attracts mealybug. The mealybug is that white fluffy stuff, which then attracts ants. So then you have this whole little circus going on over here of all these hohos that are taking away the nutrition, the good valuable stuff from the leaves, which if you don't have good leaves, you're not going to get good lemons. And it's similar to a rose. If you don't have beautiful rose leaves, you're not going to get beautiful roses. So it's really important that you do address this problem, keep an eye out on it, and make sure that you spray when necessary. Well, guys, and of course, lemons are great in water. It's yummy. It's fresh. Okay, so what else can we do with lemons? Well, we all know that we can make limoncello, especially if you've been watching the latest series of, in fact, they're playing a replay of the gardener we made on the home channel. We made lovely limoncello, but of course, there are wonderful other things that you can use. And of course, lemons are kind of like a basic, and together with them go all these beautiful herbs. And most importantly, what we've always got to consider is what goes with what, and how can we use them to the best of our ability. So do we need to always buy the plants, like as in here, as in this beautiful pot? No, because they're so easy. They're easy to grow from seed. And guys, you can throw these seeds like right in the veggie garden. Follow the instructions on the back, because it really is simple. You see here, these can be sown directly, and you follow the pictures here. There we go. You bury them, then you water them, then they start growing up. So you can get it right, you know. You've just got to follow the instructions. So chives are always a good one. Thyme. You can never have one thyme plant. And thyme, we know, goes well with chicken. We know it goes well with fish as well. And we know it works beautifully in a little salad. And certainly my favorite is flat leaf parsley. Guys, you just can't have enough of that. You can't only have one plant. We've got a whole stack of them. And with all of these lovely leaves, you can have what your heart desires. Remember, if you are in a very cold area, then what I would recommend that you do is you either sow them directly into little pots. If your lemon tree is growing in a pot, make sure you've got some lovely soft seedling mix at the top and sow your seeds directly there. Or just have them in a container like we've got here. So what I'm going to share with you today, guys, is using these herbs, using the lemons, and what do we combine them with, and what do we make? Do we make something beautiful? Well, yes, we are. And the noise that you're hearing in the background, that noise is my special little oven, how's your father thing here. I know it's got a special name, but I can't remember that right now. But anyway, guys, what we're going to be doing is a beautiful little fish recipe. Folks, we've got some pieces here of hake, and this is like cheapest chips, eh? I mean, come on, this is like the cheapest thing you can buy is a bit of hake. But you know what? You can turn hake from like like average to like hero, I'm special. All right, and these are the hake fillets. Now, what I do with the hake fillets, because they're thick, hey, they are quite thick. What I do with the hake fillets, and I've left one here, You can see it's actually quite thick. I take it and all I do is I just chop it in half. So cut it in half because it goes a whole lot further. And by that means we feed a whole lot more. And for the purposes of what I'm going to be doing today, you'll see exactly why. So in a pan, guys, really simple. In goes a little bit of olive oil, okay, and we are going to lightly fry these guys. We can salt and pepper them just a bit, not much. Don't over salt your fish, because then all you taste is the salt and the pepper, and actually the flavor of the fish actually doesn't even end up coming through. So a little bit of salt and pepper over these guys. All right, we're going to whack this heat up a bit. All right, whack that heat up a bit, and then wait for that. And what we've got is our lemon that I cut a little bit earlier. And as we pop these guys in, so we're going to sprinkle a little bit of this lemon juice over. And my taste buds are already going wild. So all we need is a smell function to go through now. Come on, haven't the like gurus worked that out yet, that you can actually have a smell function going through? But anyway, so all we're going to do is pop this in, guys, nice and simple. And this literally is going to take under 10 minutes. All we want to do is lightly pan fry this. Ooh, listen to the sizzle. Okay. Get that in there. So we've got our little hake steaks, which we've cut in half. Remember, you can use those thin hake ones. If you've got those, just literally just chop it. Okay, break it up. Right, let's move this out the way. And whilst that is busy doing its thing, I'm going to show you a little dressing that we're going to make. And guys, this dressing it's my granny's dressing that we've kind of modified along the way and as life goes along. But this certainly is one of our staples at home. It really, really is. So what we do is we take a little bowl, we add a bit of olive oil in. How much? I never know. You know, it's probably like 2 tablespoons, I imagine. We take a bit of vinegar, either brown vinegar or white vinegar. In it goes. Okay, yeah, that should be about enough. You know what I mean. We put a pinch of salt, a pinch of sugar in. Just a pinch of sugar. There we go. That'll do it. And then we add in salt and pepper. Okay. There we go. Wherever my salt has disappeared to. Okay. And squeeze of lemon juice. Squeeze of lemon juice. Okay. Oh, look at this. Mason, come look at this fish here. Look, look, look. Oh, it's looking yummy. Let's just give it a flip quickly. Let's just give it a flip. Oh, there we go. Coming. And remember, we don't want to overcook this. We don't want rubber. Okay. We really don't want rubber. So we're just going to flip this. We want to get a bit of color onto it. So there we go. Nice and easy. There, it's coming together. And this is so fast and easy. Okay. Turn that baby over. Okay, I'm ready to eat this right now, but I've still got to make the salad, I guess. But never mind. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. Pop you in there. Okay, back to my dressing. Okay. So we've got olive oil. Let's recap. We've got a bit of vinegar. You can also use vegetable oil, depending on what your flavors are. And now my secret ingredient. Ooh. These are chilies that are bottled last year in the summer. So you know the chilies don't really like the winter. They tend to go off. Oh, fabulous, fabulous. Okay, so these we just put them in. You can see there's a bay leaf in here. There's some peppercorns. And all we do, guys, is I'm going to take a bit of this vinegar, which has got a little bit of firepower, and I'm going to put 2 teaspoons in here. Oh, yummy, yummy. Okay, and then because I like a bit of heat, you don't have to do this part, guys. Okay, you don't have to do this part. I'm going to add just a few bits of chili in here. Okay, because I like a bit of heat. Okay. People are coming to dinner that you don't like, you know what you can do, huh? Right. Okay, in it goes. Nice and easy. And then all we're going to do is just give this a good whirl. Make sure that the sugar melts, that you get it all in. You can. Sometimes at this point, Depending on what we're eating, we could add a little bit of Dijon mustard to it to pimp it a bit. Sometimes we actually just add a boiled egg into this. But it will form the basis of one of the nicest dressings that you could ever have. Okay, let's take a taste. Oh, perfect. And it must make that, oh, can you see the chili? Right, it's there, baby, it's there. Okay, next up, this is what we want to do. Okay, let's get this over here. Let's check on our fish. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, but it's doing a perfect job there. Now, into here, into this bowl, in goes the salad dressing. Okay, nice and easy. Come along with me here because we're gonna get the herbs, and the herbs are critical, guys, because they help all the flavors come out. Flat leaf parsley, and I'm using my little Gardena Schnipp Schnaps. Guys, these are not only for in and around the house, but we love using them when we are cooking. They help a great deal, and for harvesting herbs, beautiful. I've got some flat leaf parsley here, which I much prefer. I really prefer flat leaf parsley as opposed to the moss curled. I really do. All I'm going to do is take this and tear it up into some nice bite-sized bits. Plain and simple. Bit of feta, broken up nice and rough. Oh, smell that. Sure, there's flat leaf parsley. It just does such a good job. Okay, a bit of feta, yummy. Can never have more, never have enough feta. So we're just going to put a bit of extra in. Okay, nobody saw that part. Right, there we go. A little bit of extra feta in there. Now, okay, next up, leaves from the garden, guys. Now remember, if you've sown them by seed, well, guys, then this is the easy part. Lovely red. This is a little Lola Rosa butter lettuce. Look at that. Aren't they nice? And because we spray and we only use Eco Buzz on them for any nunus and jorjos, we know that we can spray today and we can eat today. What we're going to do is we're going to tear up a few of these leaves and we're going to add them in. Not a lot. Not a lot. Okay, because the star of the show are the herbs here. Okay, so a couple of lettuce leaves in there, but I want to use some of this. This is red mustard, guys. Red mustard, we grow this in amongst the flowers because look at this beautiful leaf. Isn't that sexy? Red mustard is most fantastic. It is a mustard. It's got a lovely, as soon as you start eating it, after like a couple of seconds, you start tasting the mustard. It's very gentle. It's not very strong at all. But depending on your taste buds, okay, I know some of you won't like it very strong. So then what you can just do is just slice it up finely like this. Okay. We let the mustard flower. We let our mustard go. We let it flower because when it flowers, it gets these lovely yellow little flowers, which the bees love. The bees go mad over it. They thoroughly enjoy it. And you can pick them, pick the leaves, the flowers, and eat them. And they've got that beautiful mustard fragrance. Okay, in some baby tomatoes. Yes, I only like cutting things with a cleaver. Be careful. Stand back when I have this apparatus in my hand. And in they go. Couple of baby tomatoes. And guys, if you can grow your own baby tomatoes, do it. Because they taste so much better. They really do. Okay, so here we go. That should be about enough tomatoes. No, always need more. Okay, in they go. All right. We should nearly be there. Okay, let's get rid of this and that. And then what we're going to do is, let's move that out the way. I think we're going to need 1 or 2 more leaves. Just tear them up. Okay. And this is straight from the garden, guys. And a bit of fennel. Beautiful fennel, which we've shown you. You can also grow straight from seeds. And what we're going to do now is just mix this up. So we've got this beautiful dressing. Remember, we added the dressing in. We're mixing it up with all our lovely leaves, with our flat leaf parsley, with our bit of chili, with the leaves inside there, and baby tomatoes. Now, all we got to do is show you how yummy this is. So, watch and weep, and I know what you're going to be doing as soon as you guys have the chance to go out and go and buy some cheap white hake, okay, is this, because this is how you can turn something simple into something completely amazing. What I do want to add in here, just because we can, is a little bit of lemon rind. Forget this thing the right way around. A little bit of lemon rind just for a bit of zing. Okay. That should be enough. Okay, so here we go. Nice and easy, guys. This is the simple way to cook. We pop our fish on here. Let's turn that thing off. There we go. Pop our fish on there. And this smells so yummy. It really, really does. And what I want this to be is like one of those where you've got a bit of, what's that stuff called? Where you've got a bit of broken bread, like a lovely rustic loaf. And you can imagine sticking this down in the middle of the table where everybody can just tuck in and enjoy. And what I'm going to do is sprinkle that yummy juice over it. Right. Next in goes my salad, and watch what we're going to do. I'm going to pull these babies across a bit just like that. And beautiful salad on top. Ah, doesn't this look delicious? My mouth is watering. That's going mental. Okay, your salad on top. All the last bits out. Come on, guys. Work with me. No, out you go. Out you go. Right, beautiful. Last bits. A few little violas from the garden, because violas are edible. Some lovely fennel on top. And guys, well, now there is a most beautiful salad that can be enjoyed by anybody. And anybody can make this. Absolutely anyone. And of course, the best part about everything is to break it open and have a taste. While I'm having a taste, you guys can catch up on jobs for the weekend. You're back again. Okay. Okay, I'm not allowed to eat it then. Okay, now I'll just have a little smidgen. Just a little bit. Oh, yummy. This is what happens with live TV. When you take a mouthful, they don't cut, because they can't. Folks, a big shout out. Thank you so much to Gardena and to Mayford for your wonderful support. Remember that the latest issue of The Gardener and Detainee are on sale now. It's the peas of winter. We're showing you beautiful soups that you can make to keep you warm and also keep you healthy. There's a wonderful article on a modern garden in both magazines, and of course all the jobs that you need to get done for this month. Guys, get out there. It's got a beautiful poppy cover, and remember, with Iceland poppies, the more you pick, the more they flower. Once again, a shout out to Gardena, to Mayford, our entire thanks to you. And of course, I have to say it, but beautiful, beautiful Cape Whiting. Till next week, guys, God bless you all, and most importantly, happy gardening.
Gardening with Tanya was proudly brought to you by Gardena. Realize your gardening dreams. Mayford, grow your own fresh herbs. And TanyaVisser.com for all your gardening goodies and supplies. All plants kindly supplied by Blackwoods, the home of gardening.
Calling all green-fingered gurus and plant killers alike. We got you covered every month with gardening inspiration, hands-on practical advice, and fun projects to do. From the latest in plant fashion, growing your own, whether to prune or not to prune, from cover to cover, the Gardener and Detainee magazines have got your back. Get your copy now or subscribe online at thegardener.co.za.